We've got two huge games today in episode 10, the landmark episode number 10, in which may decide whether we get a playoff place for this season. So hello everyone and welcome to episode 10 of the FM18 Hednesford Road to League 2 series. And today we're going to jump straight into it with two games against Ashton United and Grantham Town, as you can see, in 7th and 6th place respectively. We've only had 3 games since you last been with me. They were against Stafford Rangers and Celtic, of course, when we last played on camera. Since then, we haven't won a game. I know we have, that's a lie. Just scrap that. But we've been very inconsistent, as we have been really for a while, it seems, on this. And I'm just going to take the friendlies out, which I'll talk about in just a second. But we drew with Stourbridge 1-1. We were up 1-0 at Keys Park until the 84th minute, in which they got a late reply, which is gutting. And then we won against Mickleover 3-2. It was really close, actually. They, as you can probably tell there, went 2-1 up, 67 minutes in. The falling crooks, our two midfielders, got 2 goals late on to get us the 3 points. Now here, this was the embarrassing one, to be quite honest. Buxton, fair enough, you know, they were top of the table at the start of the season. They did pretty well. We got beaten by them 5-3. We had a really good go at it, I think it's fair to say, but we were 3-0, we were 3-2 down at half-time, and they scored right after half-time. It was a real kick in the teeth, and that's just something that happens in non-league, unfortunately. So we're playing against Ashton United and Grantham Town today, and there are only 8 games left in the league now, so every point we can get is crucial. As you can see, everyone's played the same amount of games. We're on 70 points, so quite far into the playoff zone. But however, Altrincham, Stalybridge, Celtic and Shoreline have really ran away with it at the top. But as long as we get a playoff place, anything is possible. I don't really think we're going to be able to win the league. We're not consistent enough to do that. But if we can get a good playoff place, that's absolutely fine. Our local rival Stafford Rangers in a relegation battle, and Rushall Olympic are as well to an extent. But Ashton and Grantham, as you can see, just outside the playoff places, so really need a few wins to get themselves in those playoff places. Now I'll talk a little bit now about the friendlies. Okay, fair enough. We played 2. We got smashed by West Brom and got beat by Stoke. And as you can see, the attendance is all over 1,000. And really what those are attempting to do is just bring a little bit of income into the team for us. So, you know, that's worked quite well so far. I think we've had 45 grand gate receipts from the 3 of them combined, compared to the 45 grand we had actually in the gate receipts from the Manchester United one by itself. So I think it's very important to get these friendlies organised against bigger teams, because I was thinking maybe we could have like a top 6 come to Keys Park. It's so unrealistic, but if it happens and it works, it sure will. So Tottenham, Arsenal, Liverpool, Manchester United, Man City and Tottenham, their under 23s would come to Keys Park, and we'd get 15 grand off every game, so that's 90 grand, so that could pay for what, 6-7 players. So that'd be absolutely fantastic. But the team for today, I know I've skipped in, but there are a few players that got high injury risk, so we've had to take a few out. So Spring and Crooks are actually in the midfield compared to Fitzpatrick and Forley. And a quick thing about Fitzpatrick, you'll notice he's now on 15 grand a week. You will also notice that he left for Tottenham. This is a weird one. Basically, we signed him at the start of the season before I came in, and then he left on a free contract to go to Tottenham. And I thought, no, we're getting him back. So the day after he left, after him a new contract, he said, oh yeah, brilliant. But it had to be a paid-for contract, so he's on 15 grand a year up until 2019. But in my opinion, he's one of those players who can only improve. He's a good player already and can become a star player, for our level anyway, in the future. So why not, in my opinion? You know, we're making a decent amount of money a month. We made 15 grand last month, I think, and we are making 5,000 this month as well. So money's ticking over. It's really good to see, and it's really nice in this non-league save, because it's something completely different to what it would usually be, in that it was nearly a goal there. But it's something different to what like a Liverpool save or a Leipzig save would be, because, well, it's completely different in that I'm trying to get to my point here, but I'm just completely distracted by the game. But it's completely different in that you have to manage the finances very strictly. Strictly come dancing, well done. But very strict, in a very strict manner. There we go, it's probably better. But you have to make sure that there aren't stupid outflows, and you know that the cash flow's all good. You can tell I'll be doing business studies today, can't you? But there we go. But Hooper's on the ball for them to start. We've had quite a few highlights in the first few minutes, but no goals or anything like that. We're 8 minutes into the game. Altrincham now drawing against Colville, so we could gain some points today, and we'll have to wait and see, because Shoreline did win in the last minute, I believe, of their game in the last time we were here. So that just shows how things can change. And they are losing at the moment, our Shoreline. Can't remember who they are losing to, but Stalybridge are winning, which meant they are top of the league. But a lovely ball from Glover, if I can speak. Lovely ball from Glover to Skeppelhorn, but Skeppelhorn can't quite get it in the back of the net one-on-one. So at the moment, currently Stalybridge lead the table with 78 points, Shore Lane with 75, as well as Altrincham, and us with the new contract, by the way. We've just signed a new contract with Hednesford on 71 points. Oh my lord. There's a massive spider in my room. Oh my god. Right, give me a sec. Now that's the spider taken care of. We can get back to FM, and I'll just say taken care of, because I'm not going to reveal anything else what I've just done to the spider. But anyway, back to Football Manager. And for them, Albini's on the ball to Ferguson, and we get it out courtesy of Oji to Jones. Can we keep the ball? No, we can't. Ferguson puts it in to Thompson, and it's 1-0 Ashton United. And we're in really bad form recently, you know, and it's just not good enough. I mean, Grantham Town are winning, Ashton United are winning, and there's a danger that this episode we can fall out of the playoff place. And I'm going to tell our players to concentrate, because Billy Jones is just not good enough there. And this is not a good way to end the season. And if we're in bad form, and we can't beat the sides around us, then how on earth are we going to, you know, sort of get on with it in the promotion push in the playoffs? It's going to be really tricky to do that. But if we can get at least a draw out of this away from home, I'll be quite satisfied. So it's in their box. It's not anymore, though, is it? Because Headley's got it for them. But no, Crooks gets it back, but it's just going to get to their player again. It's not really been good enough from us today. Thompson gets it for them, up forward. Bailey gets it back to Spring, to Laurie, to Skeppelhorn. Again, lose the ball. Silly. Oh, it's up to Ferguson for them. That's going to be 2-0 now, isn't it? Oh, very nearly 2-0. I thought it was 2-0 there. But luckily it wasn't for us. Shore Lane are getting beaten 2-0, and they seem to be bottling the league this season, but not any more than we're bottling it. You know, we can't laugh at them, because exactly the same's going on here. We're doing awfully. Thompson has got the ball, put it into Ferguson. It's 2-0. Blooming hell. 2-0 to Ashton United. What can we do to change this up? We've been awful. And we need to go attacking, I think, you know. We need to go attacking. Let's have Billy Jones as a wing back on defend, and yeah, just keep that as it is. But I'm going to operate, I think, you know, with a three-man midfield, because it's not really working at the moment. It isn't working at all, to be quite honest, is any of this. And it's not good enough, unfortunately. Right, we need to pump the ball into the box. Look for the overlap, yeah. Balance, dribble less, all that sort of stuff. And, bit of a letdown, really, this game seems to have been. We're losing 2-0, and it's pretty much game over already. I mean, I know it's not game over, but these sorts of games are crucial. If we lose this one, and we lose against Grantham, we could well easily be out of the playoff place by the end of the episode, and that's not an idea that I feel comfortable with, to say the least. We can get a goal back before half-time, that'd be beautiful, but it does not look like it's going to happen. So the player's going to have to have a real slap on the wrist at half-time, and this simply isn't good enough. Is it just that the squad isn't meant to go this far? I really don't know. We should be making it this far, though. I don't see why not. Forley will come on for Niven. It's really unfortunate that I've just noticed that with Fitzpatrick, that his stats are now gone for the season. It seems he's only played one game, which would be a shame, really, when it comes to, say, end-of-season awards, because he won't be considered, I don't think, in the best 11. I don't know if it works like that, but I'm presuming it works like that, considering he's lost all his appearances. But it's 2-0 still to them, nothing going on, and this is a bit demotivating, to be quite honest. Nothing's happening. Oh, here we go. Billy Jones puts it forward to Skeppelhorn. It's a penalty. Thank God for that. It's a penalty. Now what we've got to do is score it. Billy Jones is going to take it. What? We never signed up for Billy Jones to take this. Oh, God, what's going to happen now? Right, Billy Jones steps up to take it, and it's scored. Come on, lads. He scored it. Billy Jones gets his second goal of the season. Don't quite know where his first one came from. But that one was courtesy of a nice penalty there by our left-back. And we are firmly back in the tie now at Ashton United. And if we can win this one, it'd be blooming brilliant. But we just need to focus on getting the draw first up. But Skeppelhorn has not played well at all. So we'll bring Jarvis on as a target man and change you to an advanced forward. And then we might bring Fawcett on a bit later on. See what happens in terms of anything that happens in the next 20 or so minutes. Nothing happening though. They're on the couch apparently, but nothing too special happening because it's clearly not a highlight. But there's 22 minutes left at Ashton United. Nothing quite happening at the moment. And this is not great. That wasn't me, you know, breaking wind or anything. That was the sound of my tongue. But, yeah, more from where that came from. Right, so you're going to be a poacher, are you now, Fawcett? We're going to have to push forward. Go route one. Just whack it into the box. Shoot on sight. Use tighter marking. Prevent all that sort of stuff from happening. We just got to go for it now. Because if we lose this game, this could be absolutely crucial. But I don't think it's to be, you know. But it may well be. I'm not going to jinx anything yet. Bailey to Laurie. He's been dispossessed, though. Headley's got it for them. But Belinga should get back to that. He's saying should. And it's a decent ball up, but they're going to get the ball back. Stott. He should really get that ball. Force it to Jarvis. It's 2-2. Yes! Brilliant stuff. And what a fight back that has been from Hednesford Town. Finally, a bit of fight in this squad. Okay, it took him a mistake, if I can get my words out from their left back. Much like Billy Jones. But Crooks put a lovely ball to force it. He then passed it to Jarvis. And he gets his second goal of his Hednesford career. Can we now go and win this match? Let's see what happens in the last few minutes of this game. But we're really on top. I'm not going to affect any of the tactics or change anything. Let's just see what happens naturally. Please don't be free to. That'll be gutting. Looks like a brilliant game, by the way, at Grantham. It's 3-3 in their game against Stafford Rangers. Stafford are going to be fighting to the max to ensure that they stay up this season. But here we go. We've got Jarvis on the ball. To Laurie. Back to Jarvis. Oh, we've lost the ball. Crooks to Laurie. Forley. Through to Fawcett. He's in the box. He has a shot! Oh! It's hit the bar. That was so close. Oh, dear. They've got a chance. No. Kelly has a shot. Not far wide there. And that has showed really end-to-end within 30 seconds of anything. Laurie has a free kick. Oh, it's off the bar again. But the highlight carries on. What will happen here? Bailey. And that's the end of the highlights, unfortunately. It's got to be the end of the highlights of the game. To be fair, I think from that second half, it was just that it would end up as a draw. But what a fantastic game that is. And what a fantastic second half that was for us. We've nicked a point, which I'm quite satisfied with at home. And that was a very, very good fight back. Well done, lads. And hopefully we don't have to do that sort of fight back at Grantham, because we will be ahead straight away. And that'll be a brilliant thing to get 3 points at home to end the episode. So we're ready for the game against Grantham 7 days later. And we're playing Jarvis up front with Skeppelhorn. Jarvis comes in as a first team player purely because of that goal he scored to get us back in the game against Ashton United. If you're tuning in at this point, honestly, go and watch that game. That was fantastic. 2-0 down at half time, and then we come and drew 2-2 at the end of it. Absolutely fantastic stuff. And we're back at Keys Park today, and hopefully we can get the full 3 points. We've had a bit of a tactical change. We've changed the philosophy from counter to attacking. I feel like we've got the quality to compete. It's just that we maybe step back a little bit too much, and we need goals to compete, and that is what we're going to try and do today against Grantham. Saying that they're going to be a tough opposition on exactly the same amount of points as Ashton United, and actually they're the biggest team in the league in terms of goals scored. I don't quite know how they're not up there, but clearly they have conceded a lot. So they're a little bit like Liverpool, actually. They're very good going up front, but then at the back they are quite leaky. But a lovely ball from Belinga to Jarvis to Skeppelhorn, and that just proves why they're bad at the back. And Skeppelhorn gets a goal, his 20th goal of the season. What a freak! What a free. I don't know how to get free and freak mixed up. There you go, that's what you get with me. But what a free transfer Skeppelhorn was. And that moves up us. Us up. See? Told you. That's what you get with me. That moves up us to 74 points. Right, point over. Let's move on. Move over, I said. Oh my god, this is going awfully. But we're on 74 points now, only 5 points away from the top of the table. And this would be brilliant if this happens, because only 4 goals. I keep doing it. That's third time lucky now. There's only 4 games left after this one. And if we can keep it as it is, which you probably won't now, because it's very nearly 1-1. If we can keep it as it is, that's 12 points that any other team needs to get into the playoffs. So we're already 7 points ahead, which means we need 2 wins and a draw from the next 4 games to get ourselves securely into the playoffs. Which sounds decent, but we need to make sure we get a win today, which isn't going to happen because Tom Bradbrook's just scored for Grantham Town. A bit of a mistake at the back, to say the least, from Joe Fitzpatrick, and then kind of went on to the other defenders. But as you can see, oh lovely, I didn't realise you could zoom in, but that's exactly what we're going to do. But as you can see, a lovely ball, a lofted ball to Shaw, and he puts it in for Bradbrook, who puts it in the back of the net, and Vega doesn't even try to get it, which is a little bit disappointing, I'm not going to lie. And that does not help us, but Spring puts it into Bailey, and that was very nearly a goal. But they're very, very much of a threat up front, which is a real worry for us. You know, they've got 88 goals now. But we've had the most shots, we're on top here, which looks good, and hopefully we should win this game. But Davis for them puts it in, and it's going to be a penalty. There are too many penalties in this division, it's ridiculous. And it's a penalty for them this time, rather than a penalty for us, which happened last game. And we could well be behind going into the break, which would be an absolute disaster, considering we were 1-0 up 20 minutes in. Kakuran steps to take the penalty, it's 2-1 to Grantham Town. And there's something that, well, I'll just get an inkling that something is going to go drastically wrong, and we're not going to get promoted this season. There's got to be something good, really right for us, and we're going to be really lucky now to go up, because the top three have run away with it this year, and we just haven't been good enough recently, and that is a shocker of the last 10 minutes of that half. Massively disappointing, and really, hopefully we can win it back now. Stalybridge are now winning, and it kind of means that if Stalybridge get one more win, we can't win the league. And that just shows how bad we've been in the last few games. We were pretty much running for it in the last few games, but we haven't been good enough. But Bailey's got the ball to Spring, to Forley, and Skeppelhorn puts us back on level terms, I think. I don't think he was offside. Apparently he strayed fractionally offside. Let's have a look at this. Zooms in. I thought, looking from the 2D camera, that was quite onside, but got a bit worried because it didn't show. But Bailey passed it to Spring, to Forley. Oh, and to be fair, he was just offside. That's so unlucky. But let's push forward and see if we can get another goal. It'd be really good if we could. But if we lose this game, that's really put a dent in our hopes of going up this season. Because really, the aim is to go up. But should we go up? You know, do we have the quality? Do we deserve to go up? And if we do go up, are we going to be mugged? Really, the sort of thing we want to do next season. I'm not bothered about getting promoted next season. If we do get up, then we need to make sure that we don't go down again. That's the most simple thing that we can do. If we do, we just try and get back up again. But really, this league is that much of a Mickey Mouse league. I don't mean to be mean, but this league is so up and down that it's really not a comfortable one to be in that anyone could beat anyone. I know it's kind of the same in the Vanarama North or South. I can't remember which one we still go into. I think it's the South, but I might be wrong there. But we're in the West Midlands, which doesn't really give... Well, we're in the middle, aren't we? So, God knows. But I'm sure we'll find out in due course, should we get promoted. But, oh, she nearly made a mistake. Yes, he did. What was that? We made too many of these silly mistakes. We just stupidly stay on the ball all the time. It's really annoying. Because it means that we're not going to get promoted. And that's something that I'd love to see this season. Because this league's... bit boring, to be honest. I'm going to be honest. I'm not enjoying playing in this league because it's just something I want to escape from, and it's frustrating. It's really, 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 really frustrating, and it feels like it's probably going to be 4-1, if not 5-1 in this game. It's going to be one of those games, and we've got 4 games to go, and our end of season form has been tripe. It's been awful. It just shows Belinga's got a 5.9, which just shows how bad we've been in this game. But if we can get a goal back, we might well have a chance. Crooks to Laurie, to Skeppelhorn. Keep the ball, Skeppelhorn, for goodness sake, to Llewellyn. Look at the ball back to Skeppelhorn, puts it in, and he should have put it in for Glover. He should have squared it for Glover, instead of being selfish there. And this episode really has not gone for us. 1 point out of something that should have been 6, in my opinion. And that simply is not good enough. They've added to their goal scoring tally to make it 90 out of 40 games, which is completely bonkers. But that is not good enough, and it looks like we're going to not win the league. We're not going to get second, we're not going to get third. So our only opportunity to get in playoffs at all is finishing in 4th or 5th, which does not give us a favourable tyre course in the playoffs if it works like the other leagues do in terms of it's 3rd against 4th and 2nd against 5th. If we finish 4th, obviously we get Shoreline as it stands. To be fair, Altrincham or Shoreline, either of them is going to be a tough task. And I don't think we beat either this season, I don't think. I don't think we beat either. I can't quite remember. Or did we? I think we beat Shoreline earlier on. But no, we haven't beat Altrincham, I don't think, this season. Which is a bit of a worry. And a great worry, in fact. Because I just don't think we're going to get promoted. I mean, I don't want to play either of those 3 at the top of the table. Because obviously, any of those could win the league. And I don't want to play any of them. And we are going to have to play one of them. To ensure that we get to the playoff. To ensure we get to... the next league up, and one of their players has been took off. I don't know why this is a delay, but obviously we really have to play at the moment. There's Nantwich, Ashton and Grantham all in the running for that 5th place, and then Shoreline, Altrincham and Stalybridge have pretty much already got that secure. I don't know why they're showing this. It's meant to be a key highlight, and this is just a phantom highlight. He tries the corner, and finally we got a bit of play. Crooks to Fitzpatrick, to Laurie, to Spring. Oh, so near to the goal. No, so near, but so far. That'll probably be the summary of our season. And that'll be a real disappointment, though. But Spring into Skeppelhorn, and it's gone straight into the hands of Preston. It feels like it's going to be over here. And that is not good enough. I could take it away from home. But at Keys Park with the Hednesford faithful watching, we have not been good enough today. And I could well come back, folks, in the next episode and we could be out of the playoff places. That's troubling. That really is troubling. Just got to make sure we get a few of the crucial wins in the next episode, I think. But I'm in real shock because this shouldn't have happened today. It's now very nearly 4-1, but it's the end of the game. We've lost that against Grantham Town, and it feels like it surely is just not to be this season. If you have enjoyed that, folks, make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and I'll see you tomorrow for episode 11 at 6 PM. It'll be the last episode of the season. Whether we make playoffs or not, I simply don't know yet. Please leave your encouragement down in the comments. I'm in a very bad mood, even though the episode will probably be recorded by the time the next one's by the time this one's out. But anyway, doesn't really matter. Anyway, I've been TIJ. Thank you very much. See, I can't speak. I can never speak in these videos. That's what you get with me if you subscribe. Anyway, I've been TIJ. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you guys tomorrow at 6 PM as always. Goodbye.